Hi there, I'm Vincent Boss and I provide dating and self-improvement advice. And in today's podcast, we're going to be discussing I dumped my ex but want them back. So before we get into the podcast, I just want to let you know about my website, dateme.tips. That's www.dateme.tips. Do you need help trying to save your crumbling relationship? Would you like advice on how to try and get your ex back? Or maybe you need an action plan on how to try and get a girlfriend or boyfriend. I provide email coaching on all of these subjects and can help your specific situation. Visit my website dateme.tips to find out more details. That's www.dateme.tips. You will also find on my site the books that I've written, my clothing range and other information. Please check your spam and junk folders if you are expecting an email from me. So now let's get back into today's podcast, and today we are discussing I dumped my ex but want them back. So if you was in a relationship and you decided to end it, you decided to dump your partner, then sometimes you're going to change your mind. And at that time, at that moment, it obviously isn't going to feel like you'll ever change your mind. Else, why would you do it? Why would you rock the boat? Why would you end the relationship? But it often changes after a period of time. Your mind can change for various reasons. And whether it's a day later, a week later, a month later, a year later, you might get to a stage where all of a sudden you're thinking to yourself, I made the wrong choice. Or you might suddenly come to the conclusion that you miss your ex. You miss the partner that you no longer have because you decided to end the relationship. And it can be quite a tricky feeling to try to get to grips with and to understand about how you're going to proceed, how you're going to move forward, and how you're going to try and fix this. Because obviously you have created some emotional turmoil for your former partner. You have ended a relationship and it is very unlikely that it went smoothly. So you're probably thinking to yourself, what right do I have to change my mind? You might be kind of beating yourself up and thinking you had a chance, you've blown this opportunity of a relationship because you decided to end it. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can reconcile with your ex. There is every chance that you can get back together with somebody that you dumped. And I'm going to be giving you the ways and the ideas and the concepts that I have of how you can try to bridge that gap between you both and how you can reconcile things, even if you feel that there is no hope that you can. At this point, I just want to mention my weekly Wingman Service. I can be your wingman for the week, providing you with bespoke motivational encouragement. This can be to help with your love life, as well as ingraining a self-improvement mindset. The course begins with an audio call for us to speak and then moves on to emails. For more details on this service, please click the link in the description. So if you want to try to get your ex back after you've dumped them, you need to understand how they are feeling. If you dumped your ex, then they're going to be feeling very unsure of you. They're going to feel like the trust is destroyed. They're going to feel very confused and muddled up by everything. It doesn't matter if it's days, weeks, months, or a year since the breakup. However long it's been, your ex is going to feel confused. They're also going to be feeling very hurt, and they're going to be feeling very low value. You have ultimately rejected them. And it doesn't matter whether you're trying to fix things quickly, in the midterm or in the long term. At the end of the day, you made the decision to end the relationship, and your ex will be wondering why. Even if you explained at the moment why you did it, they are now going to be wondering, well, why have you changed your mind? Okay? Things can be very confusing for somebody who has been dumped, and you need to appreciate this. You need to realize that you need to put out the olive branch. You need to realize that it's not up to them to come to you, okay? They may have initially begged, they may have initially pleaded, they may have tried to reason with you, and quite possibly you knocked them back at that stage. So in essence, you've really rejected them twice. You've dumped them initially, and then when they've tried to beg you, you've just dumped them again. You've rejected their pleads. It's possible that your ex didn't do these things, but it doesn't really matter what exactly happened at that moment. You just need to look at the facts. You decided to end a relationship. You severed the relationship. It was your choice. It was your decision, and your ex had no say in the matter. And now you've changed your mind. So you need to be really courteous of this. You need to be respectful of how your ex is going to be feeling. And you need to make sure you offer out the olive branch. I suggest you do this via a message. It can be quite jarring if all of a sudden you turn up at your ex's door, or even if you phone them up, it can be quite a shock. I think if you send a message, it's something that's not too intimidating. It's something that can be read and replied to at a later date if necessary. It gives your ex ample opportunity to consider what they want to do. In this message, I suggest that you explain why you ended the relationship and why things are now different in your mind. You need to apologise. It is very important that your ex really truly believes that you have changed your mind and that you can see a way forward. They certainly don't want their heart broken again. They don't want to get back with you just on a whim, just for you to change your mind once more. So you need to be very convincing in your explanation. And then at the end, you just want to put in your own words, something along the lines of, if you ever want to talk, then just get in touch. It is very important that you ask this question and that you leave it open. You don't want to put demands. You don't want to say, you need to get back to me in 24 hours. You don't want to be really putting pressure on your ex. Just leave it open. Just say, if you ever want to talk, get in touch. It is very likely that your ex is going to spend a lot of time thinking about this. They might even want to ask their friends or family for advice. Don't expect a reply straight away. It occasionally does happen, but in most instances, it can take a while to hear something back. You must also appreciate the fact that you might never hear from your ex again. You ended the relationship, they're going to be feeling very hurt. They are probably now trying to move forward with their life, mixing with new people. There is a very good chance that if they've been hurt to a certain degree, that they don't want to hear from you again. And they've moved on and they might have connected with someone else. So you do have to respect this possibility. And that is why it's important that you only contact your ex once. You only have one opportunity to lay out in a message what you are thinking, what you are feeling, why you ended the relationship and why things are different. Then add on to the end, if you ever want to chat, just get in touch. If you bombard them with messages, you are just going to seem needy and you're going to be adding extra pressure which your ex doesn't deserve. There is also a chance that they are now in a new relationship and they deserve to be happy. You can't just pick and choose when you have them. So if you ended the relationship and now you want them back, you send one message. If you don't hear back from your ex, then you have to move forward with your life. It is best practice to send this message and then just to imagine you're not going to hear back from them. Because if you start thinking and just always have it on your mind, oh, when are we going to reply, when are we going to reply, it's just going to stress you out. So send the message and try to busy yourself by doing some activities, spend time with friends, spend time with family, and just push forward with your own life. You might hear from your ex straight away. It might take a while. You might never hear from them. But ultimately, it is their choice. You had the choice to end the relationship. You have now changed your mind. You're offering the olive branch. But it is now your ex's choice to whether they want to consider talking to you again. If they do, if they get back in touch, that is when you can try to reconcile your relationship with lots of conversation and then moving on to having a date. You can think to yourself in a positive frame of mind that if your ex replies, there is a good chance you can get back together because you've put it out there, you've said why you have contacted them, okay? So really, if they're going to get back in touch, if they're going to want to talk, it does generally mean that there is hope to reconcile. So I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast. I hope this gives you food for thought. I hope this gives you a little bit of a concept of ideas about what you need to do if you have dumped your partner and now you have changed your mind and you want to get back together with your ex.
Yeah, if you miss your ex, we can help with that. Help you get him back, or we can help find you someone else. Yeah, Vincent Bo, the relationship coach, giving you some insight, bringing you a new approach. DateMe.tips, go and check the site, giving you advice, helping with your love life. Get your ex back, or move to the next. Ain't no sweat, you know Vincent Bo got you. Finding love ain't no problem. Yeah, DateMe.tips, check it out now.